Welcome to tonight's live stream. I promise you are going to get so much out of it because I have some freebies for you. I have some tips and tricks I guarantee you've never seen. I think you're gonna love it. And I would just like to welcome some people today. I have Dawn in the house. She's awesome. She did the song that you just heard, so great. And Rose, welcome. And we have Mazan, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Welcome. And let's jump right in because this is going to be packed and my son is helping me, and I promised him I would keep it under a half hour because he's got some video games to play, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right in because I want to get this freebie right into your hands first thing. This is the Printable. It's down in the description below. This is a list of over 200 supplies you need for your kindergarten or first grade classroom. It is there for you. Just click it, fill in your information. It will get sent right to your email box. It is packed, and what I would use this for is several things. I would use it for inventory. I would use it for ordering. I would use it just, sometimes when I taught, teacher friends would come in and say, what are you ordering for next year? What do you need? I've had my little person that took my spot. She was actually a former student of mine. When I retired, she came and she's like, what do I need? What do I need? And some people that I've coached for coming into kindergarten, what do I need? Here is the perfect thing that you can give them. This is what you need. And when people say, I'm going to teach kindergarten and first grade, I'm like, I have a list. And here we go. To start off with, I want to whet your appetite a little bit because this is one of the things that I bet you don't think you need for your classroom, a cookie sheet, but you do. And we are setting this aside just for a minute. So stay tuned to the end because you are going to find out what you need, why you need that. It's like one of those absolutely essential things that you need for your classroom. The first thing that you need for your classroom, and many of you have watched my videos before, is a teacher binder. And in your teacher binder is going to be everything you need for the year. There, you're going to have your schedules and everything. If you haven't watched my videos on that, you need to watch them. And guess what? This is in the description down below. It's a free download as well. Next week, we are working on getting our curriculum mapping going, and we'll need our teacher binder for that. All right. I have so many things around me that I'm like, I kind of feel like it's all falling in on me. And it's just like, oh my word. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to bring my big old basket up because, I'll just put it off to the side here. And Shonda, hello and welcome. Dawn, you brought friends today. Thank you, thank you. One of the things you need is this. And what is this? This is a box of Band-Aids. You need Band-Aids when you teach kindergarten and first grade. You need them handy, and you need a lot of them because you're going to have little guys and gals coming to you with little tiny scrapes and little tiny thises and that's, and they need a little love. And so if you can just give them a Band-Aid, they can be on their way. And sometimes, honestly, you have to pass out a Band-Aid to each person because they're like, I want a Band-Aid. All of a sudden, all these mysterious illnesses start to happen. And it's like, okay, glad I have Band-Aids. Another thing you need, I'm going to go ahead and put this right here. This is a pointer. you need pointers. And it doesn't have to be like just a pointer like this that I got at the dollar store. Yes, the dollar store. You can also use things like this depending on the theme of what you're doing. Spring, they can go around and they can point at things with really odd things. Fly swatters, they are just so important as well. Here's one thing that you did not think you needed for your classroom, a slinky. Yes, they're fun, but when you have a slinky, you can say, okay guys, we're going to stretch the sounds we hear in dog. Ready? Dog, dog. And it's a great visual that they're pulling those sounds apart. This is something that you can have one for each kid when you're doing small groups, or just when you're doing like a morning meeting. That's what I did with my morning meeting. It's more visual for them, and they love to watch the slinky, right? So good. All right, another thing, and this is in the description down below. This is a suction cup spinner. So suction cup spinners are awesome because you can put them on things and they don't move. Anything that's laminated or in a page protector, and you can use them as a spinner. Sometimes I find it's easier, of course, rather than a pencil / paper clip for a spinner. This just works better. And there's like 10 of them in here. These are awesome. All right. So what else do I have in my bag? I am telling you, this is full. You need feathers, especially if you want to make cute crafts like this that we made last week. You need, now here's one thing that you didn't think you needed, but you do. These are like little portable spots, and you've heard of sit spots like this, which I love, and it's one of the things that I could not live without. It's Velcro on one side, smooth on the other, and I would write with a Sharpie or even tape a piece of paper there with their name or whatever I wanted on these sit spots. They're amazing. So that's another thing. But if you don't have the money for sit spots, or you want these to be portable, this is what you need. The grippy material that they do shelf liners with, and you make these, every kid gets one. Then when you go to an assembly, or you go to another room and you want your students to be sitting somewhere else, anytime that you need control over where they're sitting, and sometimes it's in your own classroom, I would throw these out during rest time so that they knew exactly where they were supposed to be resting. It's great for social distancing, to keep them 6 feet apart or 3 feet apart, wherever you live. So you make a bunch of these shelf liner. This is a lifesaver. Of course, you need dice. All right, let's get these little beauties out of the way. You need dice from the dollar store. You need big dice. You need little dice. They're awesome. I like these because they're foamy and they don't make a lot of noise. Here's one thing that you cannot live without. What is this? It is book tape, and you are going to use book tape so much in your classroom, you won't believe it. And you need use it for mending books, of course, but also putting on name tags, all sorts of things. You need book tape. So put that on your list. You need ziplocks. Oh my word. Let's just get these out here. You need ziplocks, or sealable bags, I should say. Here's another thing you need. If you don't already have these, vis-a-vis, I always call them vis-a-vis. Maybe that's not how you say it. These are awesome because these, when you write with them, okay, they come off with, they dry, but they don't come off until you get them wet. And so if you have little guys that use their dry erase markers and they're constantly writing something and then erasing it before you can get to it or see it, then this is what you need. And of course you need tons of dry erase markers. You also need little things from I got these from Target a long time ago. These are perfect for counters, for games, for marking things on worksheets. And these were especially nice. Look at these. These are little pawns that you can stack, but you could use in games and things like that. How many people love those? Those are awesome. Let's get to something that I bet you didn't think you needed. And that is, I'm going to grab it. It's right back here. I bet you didn't think you needed coffee filters. Why do you need coffee filters? I used to go through hundreds of coffee filters. Why? Because they are the perfect disposable bowl. If you're having a popcorn party, you can fill up some popcorn and put it in a coffee filter. If you're having an art project or something that you need to divide supplies out, you can do that. If they are working on something that they have a little something that they need, they can put their name on it, and then they can put this stuff in their coffee filter. Coffee filters are great for art projects, and they're just really great for containers. We should be like doing a count how many we're doing. Then I have clear plastic containers. They're perfect for storing water for when you're doing art projects, as well as a bazillion different things. And what's so great about these is you can use them again and again and again and again and again. And when you're a teacher, your budget is pretty low, so you need those. All right, another thing you need are little keychains or little little holders. And these ones are kind of cute because they have a little hole, and you can see you just put those right through there, and then they can easily take things on and off. Sometimes the ones that are metal are too hard, but these are great. All right, and then of course sometimes you need a mask or something like this, right? And my camera just went off, so I'm going to use this second camera. Okay, so sometimes you need this. They die. Let's go on a hunt for, I would use this like during morning meeting. Let's go on a hunt for the letter A, and then they could come up and take a look. This is so fun. You need, oh, here's something that I guarantee you did not know that you needed, and that is a craft stick with yarn on it. When you get your yarn from the store, don't just, when you're using it for a craft, don't just start using it. Unwind it onto a bunch of craft sticks so that your kids can do this, okay? They can take it off if you're doing a measuring activity. They could take it off, and if you're doing a craft, they can take it off. If you just give them a bolt of yarn, you know what's going to happen. It is going to go instantly to a knot. And then that will be no fun. And then if you wind it in a ball, that's fine. But then there's not enough for everybody to be independent and get their own. So this is one thing. This is one must do. All right. I think you need Dixie cups. All right, need some Dixie cups because they're perfect for counting tens of something, M&Ms, cereal, whatever. If you're doing lots of counting, you can give each kid 10 of these. It's great for 100s a day. All right. Then, and I keep looking at the wrong camera. Sorry, guys. I'm so used to looking at my one camera. What else do you need? You need a collection of books for your classroom. Go to garage sales, go to the Goodwill, and start getting some books for your classroom. They're going to be cheap at garage sales. They might be 25 cents. Here at the Goodwill, these books are 99 cents. Or if you were to order them on Scholastic, you're going to pay at least $6, $7. All right. So start collecting your library. And if anybody knows, this is a book that I wrote along with my daughter, Grace. All right, let's see, how we doing? Next thing, I'm gonna just come right around here. The next thing you need is, and let me just, there's a few big things here that I'm just gonna grab. The next thing you need, a laminator. This is a personal laminator. Some schools have a big, gigantic laminator, but sometimes you just need a little bit. And sometimes you're at home, but don't be at home all the time doing work. Save that for school. But a personal laminator, this is awesome. And I think I have an affiliate link down below. Let's see, what else do you need? Let's get some of this big stuff out of the way. You need a big hole punch because you're going to be doing a lot of hole punching and you don't want to hurt your hand. Sure, you could use the little one. I have it somewhere, but this is way better. Just go ahead and get one of those. All right, let's take a look. Okay, I'm telling you, I have it all stacked up down here. How many are we at? I don't even know. We're at a bazillion and a half. You know what, guys? I am going to do something real quick. I'm going to see if I can get that other camera working really quick, and then we're going to get back to this. So I'll be right back. All right, I think it's good now. Oh, look, now you can see it's just kind of caving in around me. What else do you need? You need magnetic letters, and we're going to put that by the cookie sheets because in a minute I'm going to show you something cool with the cookie sheets. And you need attention getters. This is one of my favorite. You can see I even have a lipstick stain on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. When they hear that, they know, ooh, so much better than using your voice, right? Rose, yes, thank you. Great ideas coming to you. Thanks for the encouragement, girlie. Let me see if I can get you up here. Thanks. Good. I'm glad you like it. Here's another one, dollar store find. Hello. And it's kind of echoey. This is another great one for kids that are a little bit shy, especially like in a small group. They don't want to read to you or with a buddy. If you give them one of these, they love it. All right, they just love it, and they can have their own. They're cheap. Also, containers like this, you need a bunch of these. Sometimes I would use these for individual students to put their reading in. If they each had a book that I knew that they were working on, that was important. And of course, you need Play-Doh, and you need lots of Play-Doh. So many things that you need with Play-Doh. Now, let's go over back to here because I want to show you something that you didn't think you needed. You need hairspray. And why do you need hairspray? I will show you why you need hairspray. Let me see if I can find it. Where is my hairspray? Aha. Okay. So many times kids will accidentally use a black Sharpie on your dry erase boards. And then you're like, yikes. But if you have some aerosol hairspray, if it is a flat surface, non-porous, if you spray this on, you can already see it starting to work. All right, and wipe it off. I know, it's magic. I used to write on my whiteboard with the permanent markers all the time, and it'd be like, oh no. One time I had a sub. She was like, I'm so sorry. I tried to get the permanent marker off your whiteboard, and I couldn't do it. I'm like, it's fine. It's no big deal. And in fact, sometimes I would purposefully use the Sharpie on the whiteboard, like behind me, because then the custodian people even if you put save on your board, they will come and erase it. So sometimes purposefully, I would write save and I would write out what I needed with permanent marker, okay? And then I would just go by it and clean up myself. So you need hairspray. Who knew? Is that a good trick? Do you guys like that? Give me a thumbs up. And I have four thumbs up. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. What else do you need? Well, let's go over here because there are a bunch of things. I'm just gonna, this is one thing you need right here. It's a little shelf. I used these to organize. Some of them are kind of chintzy, I guess. They're not so great, but they're very nice to have to organize. What I used was for stations, and I would just put little dots, station 1, 2, 3, 4, and then around my room 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they could just go to the shelf, grab it, and go to the spot. The less you have to do, the better. So of course you need dry erase boards for you and your students. You need some sheet protectors because sometimes you have a little game. Like maybe you have this game right here. Let's do this game. This game is part of my early finisher solution, which is a collection of independent games for kids. All right, so that just goes right in there. Let's just get that right out of the way. And they spin. I still need that. They spin and they make their words. So they spin. I don't know where my spinners went, or else I would use my spinners. It doesn't matter. So they spin. They could use the spinners. They spin and they write the letter. Oh, look, I'm going to use my Sharpie. That's okay. And then they spin and then they decide if it's a real or silly word. This is another thing you need for your classroom. You need independent games that they can do by themselves. so that when they're done with their math assignment, they can go do their independent work. I call it the lit binder, and they go and do their own work by themselves while you're helping those struggling students, but you need a bunch of them. And right now, in my early finish your solution course, which the link is in the description, there are 54 games already in there, ready for you to go print, play, go, done. It's kind of hard to collect a bunch of games that kids can do, but there's 54 of them right there for you, and I guarantee it's a reasonable price. Here is another thing that is so great, and that is flashcards that you get from the dollar store. I use these a bazillion places. This is something that I did not get from the dollar store. It's little finger flashlights. And if you have kids that don't want to point when they're doing their reading, this is the perfect solution, because I guarantee they're going to start pointing, because it's a fun game. It's a gimmick. It works. It's great. You will love them. I believe the link, my affiliate link, is in the description down below. And remember, affiliate means when you buy it on that link, I get a little bit of the proceeds. You don't pay more. The person who is selling it actually sends me like 20 cents or something like that. Okay. So if you like those little finger lights, the link is there for you. Holy cow. You need a pencil sharpener. You do not want kindergartners or first graders sharpening their own pencils. They will take forever. They will ruin the pencil sharpener. Leave the pencil sharpening skills to the second grade teachers, okay? And here's a little tip. Let me get up close, because this is a good tip. I was at like a teacher convention, and Costco had their electric pencil sharpeners on display. And I was like, yeah, that's nice. It was like $50 some. And I'm like, I whatever. The sub comes or the kids use it once and I'm out $52. And she's like, well, bring it back. And I said, well, it's used, it's several months old. It's used. She's like, yeah, bring it back. And I said, yeah, but that would be, I couldn't do that. She's like, no, if it breaks, you can bring it back. And I was like, really? That is awesome. So Costco has that little guarantee. So go get yourself a really nice pencil sharpener from Costco. All right. And it looks like my camera is not going to work. So I'm just going to keep going here, and we're just going to make do with what we have. All right. How's everybody doing? Wow. Yes, the flashcards are great. Early finisher binder. Thanks for engaging, guys. Yay! I taught somebody about something they didn't know. Let's see if we can get you up there. Nope, can't do it. So let's see if this works. Nope. Anyway, people are finding out things that they didn't even know that it worked. All right. So good. All right. If you don't have a bazillion of these for your whiteboard, these are great. They're magnets, but they have a hook on them. They're great for hanging up things like this, so that every kid gets one, right? Just like this, every kid gets a hook and their words are on it. These are amazing. So that's another thing. All right, I'm feeling like I've given you 35 things. Of course you need the glue sticks, and of course you need paper plates, because you always need paper plates. And I like to do paint and paper plates. Of course you need tons of page protectors to put games and worksheets in and things like that, so that you can work those. Here is one thing that I found. These are pens. Let me see what they're called. They're Pilot Frixion. They are erasable pens, which I love. Now, we all love the Flair pens, but these are actually erasable pens. They're awesome. You will love them. And I would get these and I would put them like in maybe the student writing center, so that they could have the fun of the pen. But if they made a mistake, because sometimes they get all freaked, it's okay. Just go ahead and use the pen and erase it. All right. All right. Dawn, you are so nice. Thank you so much. I appreciate your encouragement. You're the best. You're the best. Back here, I have I'm just going to put it right here. I'm going to bring it to you. This is, let's just bring it down here. This is well, you'll be able to see what it is. And I'm going to tell you why it's so important. A paper cutter. The reason you need a paper cutter, and you have to be so super careful with paper cutters in your classroom. I would get it out and use it when they weren't around, and then I would put it away. Or if I was getting it out, I would say, you guys, you have to be over there while I'm over here and do the cutting. But it seems like no matter what, you prepare for an art project and you think you have enough 2x2 black squares, and sure enough, somebody ruins theirs, or it gets lost, or you just plain didn't cut enough you thought you did. A paper cutter this size, this is a 12-inch. This is like the perfect size for your classroom. The really big ones are great for when you're cutting those big pieces of construction paper, which you need a lot of for your kindergarten and first grade classroom. But this is great for just a little personal paper cutter. So invest in one of these. They're awesome. Thank you. Question: do you have an affiliate program for your courses or your lessons? Just wondering. Don, I don't, but actually you are always just right with me. Today I was kind of looking into how to do that. That just kind of is a little affirmation from above that I am going to look into that again, because it was just today I was like, I should do that. So thank you for that affirmation, and thank you for that question. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's keep going, because I have like one more thing. Oh, I have several more things, but I want to go ahead and do, oh, did we mention smelly markers? You have to have smelly markers. And just so you know, I looked, but they're out. Amazon, because I used to have this for my classroom, and only I could use them, or during like morning meeting, if a student was called and they could use them. They're special scented dry erase markers. They're awesome. They're not super juicy or bright, but they're fun. And kids love smelly markers. And I don't know if you knew, but yeah, dry erase markers do come scented. They're great. Okay, so as promised, I want to grab this and get this out, because I want to show you. Let's bring this out. Let's just show the mess, huh? Nah, let's not show the mess. Let me put this hazard down here. Cookie sheets. Who knew that you needed cookie sheets? And I'm going to grab this. Jeez, I feel like I'm teaching kindergarten again. You need so much stuff when you teach kindergarten and first grade. It's just crazy. So, the cookie sheet. What is it good for? Whoops. Cookie sheet, what is good for? It's good for a lot of stuff. First of all, yes, it's magnetic. And so kids can use it. If you don't have enough whiteboard space, they can use it to do their magnetic letters. Here's what's also great. They can use it as a whiteboard. All right. Just like that. Word of caution though, because it is kind of porous, the other side's not too bad, but if you, it's a lot more slick on this side. If you do get Sharpie on it, it's harder to get off of that with the hairspray trick. All right, but also, if you don't have clipboards, which clipboards are essential for a kindergarten and first grade classroom, if you don't have that, look at this. So you need a cookie sheet, check. You need a binder clip, check. Whoops, I'm gonna go this way with it. Let's remove all of these. Okay. And so I have my binder clip like that, kind of tilted in a little bit. And then they just flip this over here. Now, it's a clipboard. They can go around and do their clipboard stuff with this. I used to use clipboards constantly, and sometimes, I don't know how, but we would run out, and cookie sheets are really nice for this. And the tighter the clip is, the better. But as you can see, it stays in one place, right? Just like that, okay? So that is your super good magic trick for this evening. Is you need cookie sheets, and one per kid, and the dollar store has them. They are a dry erase solution, they are a magnetic solution, and they are a clipboard solution. Don't you just love materials that you can use a bunch of different times? I do. Oh, and Dawn, you're so good. Thank you. And yes, you have to have puppets. Puppets are an essential part of you're right. I have more than one puppet. Yes, Max, but you are my favorite. What do? You help the kids do what? Yes, we learn our rules at the beginning of the year. Yes. Max says sometimes when he's not on my hand, he sits up high and he watches for students who are being extra kind. And then after school, he reports the kindness to me. And you're right, Max. Sometimes I give kids a little extra reward when he sees a bunch of kindness. So he's kind of like my little Shelf on the Elf in a positive way. I talk to you later about Shelf on the Elf. Shelf on the Elf? Am I getting my words mixed up again? Max, oh, you know me. I'm just a little sometimes. All right, so yes, there we need puppets too, right? Okay, I hope you found something for your classroom that you didn't think you knew you needed. Thanks for all the participation. Any other questions? Next week, we're going to be doing, it's like a complete flip. We're going to go from cool classroom supplies to curriculum mapping. Curriculum mapping is kind of boring and hard to do. Nah, it's not hard to do once I show you, but it's essential in allowing you to get the stuff done when you need it so that you have time to have fun also, all right? So that curriculum mapping is an essential part of being an amazing teacher, which I know you want to be, which you are. All right. Any other questions? Remember, go ahead and grab your complete checklist in the description below. Good thing I brought water. You need a good water bottle too. All right. You all have a nice evening. I will talk to you all later. God bless you. Have a good time. See you later. Bye-bye.